Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I want to talk to you about a game called Project Legion. This was recently announced by CCP, the creators of Dust 514 and the massively multiplayer online space simulation game known as EVE Online. Now, I don't talk about this a lot, but I was actually a huge fan of EVE Online back in the day. I actually played the beta of the game back on my blue and white G3 Apple Tower. Yes, at one point in my life I was a misguided Apple gamer with not too many games to pick from, but one of those games was EVE Online, and I got into it pretty heavily. It's a space simulation game, it's massive, it's still going strong today. That's pretty impressive to think that a game started in 2003 and is still going strong today, as a completely virtual player economy run by the players. Very interesting space game, takes up way too much time for me to be into it now, but they have developed such a strong universe, such an interesting universe with so much lore and good writing behind it that it has spawned enough interest to make a game like Dust 514, which was unfortunately a bit of a flop, mostly I think due to the fact that it came out on the PS3 right at the end of its life cycle, and the entire fan base for EVE Online was on PCs, so they're trying to get a first-person shooter started with not a lot of background on the lore for the console market. Really, I mean, there were some people who played it, but from the things I heard about it, it was kind of lacking in a lot of areas. Everybody wanted a PC shooter related to the EVE universe. Now, the original plan with this shooter is that it was going to actually integrate with the space simulation, so resources and wars and all that kind of stuff was going to be funded by the players in the space sim universe, and then players on the console were going to basically fight the battles for the PC players. I don't know how much of this concept is going to carry over in Project Legion. I know they're not trying to remake Dust 514, they're just trying to take a lot of the concepts behind it and bring it over into a first-person shooter on the PC, but not necessarily recreate the same game. And I think in general that's a good idea. They can sort of see where the pitfalls were with Dust 514, try and fix it, try and make a better game. And frankly, when you tie two games together that much, you take a shooter and you make the gameplay more dependent on which side is better funded from the EVE Online universe. You know, you want a shooter that's going to be fun and fair for both sides. You don't want to join into a battle where one side is much better funded, they have more players. You want both teams to start off with relatively equal odds of winning and or losing and have a fairly competitive, engaging match. That's really what I want when I log on to play a shooter. That being said, I do love the lore of the EVE universe. I love the sci-fi elements to it, and I think it could certainly make a very good game. Now, this demo here, this sort of beta or rather alpha footage that we get to look at is very, very basic. As you can see, it's a little bit laggy here and there in certain places. Some of the animations are quite basic, but I think they're just showing off some of the scope of the levels here, and it looks like it could be fairly large. Vehicles are definitely going to be an aspect of this game, so something similar in a lot of ways to perhaps the Battlefield series would not surprise me. Now, what I would like to see, especially from a developer like CCP that is known for making games that are a little bit outside of the normal, is perhaps some destructible environments, some environments that feel reactive, much more alive. As a Battlefield gamer, I'm a bit spoiled by just how alive some of the worlds feel, how reactive they feel, how much they change over the course of a battle. Project Legion is designed to be a free-to-play shooter. I don't know exactly what the foundation of the game is going to be yet, if we're going to have small matches that you join into and then there's a clear victor, or if they're going for something much larger such as PlanetSide. We really have to wait and see, but I do love the free-to-play model. It really offers a lot of longevity, it doesn't split the player base, and it allows for some very cool weapons and continual development of the game. So unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information on this game other than this footage here and a few brief interviews with the developers. I'll admit my optimism for EVE Online certainly sways my opinion, but I am definitely optimistic about this title, and I can't wait to see more from the developers. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another video today, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.